Hey guys, it's M4T and I'll be reviewing the BlackRapid Metro Sling camera strap on this episode of On the Sea. So there are only two real reasons to keep a camera strap on your camera. The first is to protect it from unintentional drops, and the second is to protect it from intentional theft. And these really only serve as a half measure, considering that you may drop your camera with the strap on it and it could still hit a higher surface like a table in front of you. And also, if you go up against an actual thief who's very intent on taking your camera, they will probably take more extreme measures to get it from you. So the problem with shoulder straps is that, you know, the ones that come with, for example, even my camera, is designed to kind of be worn kind of like a purse. It doesn't really provide much of security in either scenario. You know, it could just drop off, or someone could just grab it like they would grab a purse. Of course, if you have something more like a neck strap, it could actually be hazardous to your physical well-being. First is if you get it caught on something, for example, you drop your camera and it hooks on something, it could pull out your neck, right? The second thing is that over time, wearing a camera strap with a camera and just any weight on your neck is going to cause eventual neck problems. So I found putting together something kind of like a shoulder strap that goes across the chest is actually a lot more comfortable to use. Unfortunately, the only problem is that when you actually have your camera hooked up to that, the camera is obviously using hooks to connect to that strap, and then when you pull your camera up, it's going to chafe against your clothing, and basically with the friction from the strap, it's going to pull your camera up. It's not going to be a very smooth motion, and it could still cause the same discomforts that would come from wearing like a neck strap, for example. So if you're still intent on getting a strap for your camera, I would recommend getting something like a BlackRapid sling. The kind I got is the Metro Sling. It's actually for mirrorless cameras, for smaller form cameras. Unlike the other strap, it's just for full-size DSLRs. It doesn't have the holster that comes across under your arm, but it's good for mirrorless, like lower weight stuff. The good thing about this is that, you know, you get it for only $30 at B&H. That's where I got it from. And they're very well constructed straps. They look good and they're made from pretty solid feeling material. So these slings connect to your camera via the tripod mount rather than the little two rings that are usually on the sides of your cameras. And obviously because of that, it's unlikely to break and the strap is a lot thicker. Now, what I personally do is actually use these with Arca Swiss plates. That makes it kind of less secure, but it also makes it easier for me to move the camera between my tripod and my sling. So these slings solve two problems. The first is that it actually is very comfortable, and the second is that if you're pulling the camera up to your eye, because of this little way it's looped here, you can actually easily just move your camera up and down without causing any discomfort, without rubbing against your jacket, for example. And also it comes with various clips that you can actually adjust for different weights on your cameras or where you want it to sit. And in the back it comes with a buckle as well, which makes it easier to remove in case you can't pull that strap over your head for some reason, or if you had a long exhausted day, you can probably just kind of lie back on your bed and just pull the buckle out and just release your camera. So I've actually dropped my camera twice while attached to this sling. I've had it really weighted down with stuff like flash brackets and, you know, a lot of friction arms mounted with other things on it. And I can say that it's protected my camera twice. So for a mere $30, I did manage to secure my investment in my cameras and all the other equipment I had. And I just will not forget that. So my only negative with this thing is that it does occupy the tripod mount, and because of that, you obviously can't easily remove this thing. It's supposed to be tight and secure. And so what I found myself doing is actually attaching this to a camera cage, and what that allowed me to do is have extra, not just cold shoes, but extra tripod mounts so that I could use it with a pistol grip or a monopod, and just have a quick access to kind of mounting that thing up when I needed to use more than handheld. So the second negative I've noticed is that while this does sit comfortably on the body, there are certain clothes that are slippery that this thing can slip on. Because of that, you can't use either the function of how comfortable it sits on your body in certain position, and it also have trouble using this because this is going to provide, there's going to be more friction in this little gizmo than there is from the pad against your jacket, for example. So in conclusion, the BlackRapid Metro Sling actually it's a nice product, and I found it to be very reliable, and it's also given me that peace of mind when I'm walking down the street that someone just kind of running by is not going to be able to run off with my camera if they just jumped me or something. Obviously, if they were more intent, they could just beat me up and take the camera, but this is actually a good security. It will actually allow me to take my camera and run with it as well. This can be very useful training wheels for someone who doesn't have that good finger dexterity, and of course you'll have some security if you're holding your camera over a high height or over a body of water. This will allow you to at least secure some level of dropping height without it actually hitting the floor, just kind of hitting your thigh probably. So thank you for watching Mike 4T. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down button. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.